Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy Foosball here, going over our HFL Week 5 recap. Starting with our fantasy player of the week, Jamar Chase. He has a nuclear game, 10 receptions, 193 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Our kicker of the week, Kaimi Fairbairn. 2 field goals, 50-plus yards, a 59-yard game-winning field goal, 47-yarder, and 2 extra points. Our fantasy defense of the week is the Minnesota defense. 3 picks, one of them a pick 6, thanks to Van Ginkel. 3 sacks and 17 points allowed. Let's go over our Week 5 matchups. Our first matchup to discuss is I'm on a Boat versus Hairline Avengers. Lombardi beats Gabe 146-119. Gibbs, Devontae Smith, Goddard, Amon Ra, Quentin Johnston, all on the bye week. Top performers for Lombardi include Tank Bigsby, BTJ, and Mike Evans. Tank Bigsby with a nice 101-yard, 2-touchdown game for 26.4 points. Brian Thomas Jr., 21.7 points, 5 receptions, 122 yards, and a touchdown. Mike Evans, 5 receptions, 62 yards, and 2 touchdowns for 20.7 points. Gabe top performers include Higgins, Gino, and Stevenson. Gino with 22.56 points, 284 yards, and a touchdown. Ramondre, 17.2 points, 89 yards, and a touchdown. And T. Higgins, 9 receptions, 83 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Lombardi now has a 4-1 record. Gabe with a 2-3 record. Second Week 5 matchup to go over is between Sosa Jefferson and Bamford Legend. These two made a trade earlier in the year. How did it pan out for them? Let's see. Saquon, Pollard, Hopkins, J.K. Dobbins all on bye week in this matchup. Top performers for Zach are Lamar, Ayuk, and Swift. Lamar with 348 yards, 4 touchdown passes for 34.42 points. Ayuk with 8 receptions for 147 yards, 19.7 points. And Swift, 73 yards and a touchdown for 19 points. Top performers for Fink are Flowers, Kittle, and Whittington. Flowers with a 7 reception, 111-yard game for 16.5 points. Kittle with 8 receptions, 64 yards, and a touchdown. And Whittington, 7 receptions, 89 yards for 12.4 points. Zach now with a 4-1 record. Fink with a 3-2 record. Third matchup is between Just My and Intimidation Infinite XX. In this matchup, Cleary beats Frank 132 points to Frank's 115. On Frank's side, there are injuries to Devin Singletary, Evan Ingram, and Jonathan Taylor. Calvin Ridley on the bye week. Top performers for Cleary are Kyler Murray, Rashid Shaheed, and Josh Jacobs. Kyler Murray, 24.1 points, 195 yards, 2 total touchdowns, and a pick. Josh Jacobs, first touchdown of the season, 73 yards with it. And Mr. Boom Bust, Rashid Shaheed, 4 receptions, 86 yards, and a touchdown for 16.6 points. Top performers for Frank are Garrett Wilson, Dowdle, and Sermon. Dowdle, 87 yards and a reception touchdown for 18.4 points. Sermon, JT's replacement, 38 yards and a touchdown. And Garrett Wilson, easily his best performance of the year so far, 13 receptions, 101 yards, and a touchdown for him. Cleary now sits with a 3-2 record. Frank with a 1-4 record. Our fourth matchup of Week 5 is our game of the week between Fratty Jones and Drake Likes Kids London. Maybe his best name yet for the commish. Speaking of commish, he gets the W against JD, 149.88 points to 144.74 points. An absolute shootout. They were in the same building on Sunday. It was absolutely, you know what word I'm about to say. Injuries in this matchup include Nico Collins with a hamstring injury. He is now on IR, already announced. And for the commish, Taysom Hill did not play this week. Jalen Hurts, Fratty Jones starting QB on the bye week this week, so he starts Justin Fields. Top performers for JD include Drake London, Brock Bowers, and Kareem Hunt. Drake London, Thursday, 12 receptions, 154 yards, and a touchdown for 28.4 points. His best performance of the year so far. Brock Bowers, 8 receptions, 97 yards, and a touchdown. Don't tell me the tight end position is dead. 19.7 points for him. And Kareem Hunt, waiver wire edition, 102 yards and a touchdown for 19.2 points. On the other side, though, for Boston, he is our team of the week. Let's go through his lineup. The stack, Joe Burrow, 392 yards, 5 touchdowns, and a pick for 34.78 points. That game was insane. Kyron Williams, 102 yards, a touchdown, and a fumble, 16 points. Jerome Ford, 47 yards for 6.4. Jamar Chase, second part of the stack, 10 receptions, 193 yards, 2 touchdowns. We talked about it off the rip, 37.3 fantasy points. The stack is looking deadly for the past 2 weeks. DJ Moore, 5 receptions, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns, 26 points. Trey McBride, welcome back. 6 receptions, 53 yards, 8.3 points. Amari Cooper, 4 receptions, 60 yards, 8 points. JSN, 4 receptions, 31 yards and a touchdown, 11.1 points. Atlanta defense, 2 points. And Groupie with the... Doesn't matter. We're still talking about the team of the week. JD now sits with a 2-3 record. Boston Commish with a 2-3 record as well. Fifth matchup of the week, Mr. Miami versus Squidward Tortellini. Did Mr. Miami get his first win of the year? No. JP beats Joe 143.26 to 99.1 points. An absolute beatdown. Injuries for JP. Devontae Adams is an injury. Are they trading him? On the other side for Joe, Aaron Jones goes down with an injury this week, and Derek Carr as well. Montgomery, Spears, Williams, Goff, all on the bye week, and this man still put up 143.26 points. That is concerning. I will not lie to you. Top performers for JP are Minnesota defense, Juju and Younghoe Koo. Minnesota defense, defense of the week. We talked about them. Younghoe Koo doing it again. 16.4 points in the kicker position. And Juju Smith-Schuster in Rashee Rice's absence. 7 receptions, 130 yards for 17.5 points. On the other side, though, for Joe, he is our duck of the week. Sing that sweet melody. In his lineup, we have Baker Mayfield, 180 yards, 3 touchdowns. Rachaad White, 72 yards for 8.1 points. Aaron Jones, like I said, injured, 29 yards, 5.8 points. Debo, 1 reception for 11 yards, 2.5 points. Addison, 3 receptions, 36 yards, 5.1 points. Kelsey, 9 receptions, 70 yards, 11.5. Javonte Williams, 61 yards, 13.6. Antonio Gibson, 52 yards, 6.1 points. New England defense, 10 points. And Justin Tucker, 13 points. Joe, yet to find the victory in the win column. He has an 0-4 record. JP with a 4-1 record. The sixth and final matchup this week is between the manager and Brees Company. Surprising victor is David Butler, the manager. He gets his second win of the year back-to-back. Injuries include Zach Moss, he goes down early. And on the other side, Malik Neighbors does not play this week. Laporta and McConkey on the bye week. Top performers for David: Mooney, Kraft, and Stroud. Mooney starts his week off very strong with a 9 reception, 105 yard, 2 touchdown performance. Probably could have been more if he didn't drop a pass for 28 fantasy points. Kraft, 4 receptions, 88 yards and 2 touchdowns, 22.8 points. Tell me the tight end position is dead right now. CJ Stroud, 331 yards, a touchdown and a pick for 16.94 points. On the other side for Mike, top performers are Derrick Henry, Chuba Hubbard, and the Chicago defense. Derrick Henry, 92 yards, a touchdown for 16.1 points. Chuba Hubbard, 97 yards, a touchdown and a fumble for 15.5 points. And the Chicago defense with 15 points. David sits with a 2-3 record. Mike with a 3-2 record. Looking at our current standings, John P. leading the charge with the 4-1 record, along with Zach and Lombardi. Some 3-2 records here. Lots of 2-3. 1-4 to Frank, and the 0-5 Mr. Miami. Week 6 is approaching. Bye weeks will be continuing. If you're in the Florida area, please be safe out there. Jimmy Foosball, wrapping up our Week 5 recap. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next week. Peace.